Listen, I don't think it's any secret that the majority of Etsy shops, new Etsy shops fail. The majority of new businesses fail. And there's specific reasons for that. I think because going into it, a lot of people don't realize the journey. So I want to go through that today and help you so that you absolutely don't fail and have the best chance of success going forward. Let's dive into it. I'm going to draw this out into a little nifty diagram here as we're talking through this. And I think this is something that could really help you, especially if you're a newer seller and even if you've been selling for a while. As far as the business journey goes, I'm going to draw a little mountaintop here. Maybe this is like some snow up here or something. I don't know. It's the weirdest mountain ever. But so let's go through the entrepreneurial journey, and this isn't this isn't only for Etsy. This is for every business out there, and there's kind of the journey that you go through. This is documented. This is the psychological journey. But knowing this will help you kind of avoid some of the pitfalls here. So when you're first starting out, obviously you're right here in your journey. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business or opening an Etsy shop. And you're right here. You haven't even begun the climb yet. You're in the initial phase. So this initial peak or this initial phase is where you're excited. You're excited. You're fueled by the idea of starting something new, starting something fresh. You're thinking about the success that you could have. You're thinking about over here. The success. This person's jumping in the air. Very, very excited. Maybe you're looking at, other Etsy shops or other people that have been successful, that they have, made a lot of money. They've made thousands of sales. You're thinking about that. That usually comes into play with you starting down this journey because of this end result, right? But we forget about the in-between. So this initial phase right here is called uninformed optimism, right? We're very optimistic, but we're not informed. We don't know enough, right? We don't know enough about what's to come. So we decide to move forward and we start up this hill. We start our journey into business. Maybe we open our shop. Maybe we add a few listings, right? But soon enough, we kind of hit this brick wall and reality sets in. We become suddenly aware of the challenges and complexities involved. We often, open our shop and we don't get sales. We don't get traffic. It's kind of like crickets. So we're like, oh crap, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be when I was right here, I was optimistic, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I get to hear, crap, I hit a brick wall, right? So then what happens is you start climbing up this hill, right? And it only gets tougher. We're at a steep climb right now. So we are now, as far as the entrepreneurial journey goes, we're in the valley of despair. Even though this isn't a valley in the picture, it is the valley of despair as far as the journey. So this is a low point where doubts and setbacks may lead to us starting to question the venture's purpose, because from here to here is usually nothing but a struggle. You're continuing to do what you've done. Hopefully you're doing something, right? Some people don't do anything and they feel this, right? But if you're continuing to move forward, adding listings, maybe researching new products, working on making stuff, not much has changed other than the work that you're putting in with no return on investment, right? You're not getting any sales. You're not getting any traffic. Basically, it seems like you're doing all this work for nothing, and you start to question yourself, why the heck am I doing this? I'm wasting a lot of time that I don't have where I could be doing other things, and it will be less painful. This becomes really, really painful, and it's hard for us to continue going because the human mind doesn't like pain. It tries to protect us from pain, from uncomfortable situations. So it tells us to quit. It tells us to stop doing the thing that's making us uncomfortable, the thing that's putting us in pain, mentally, physically, all the things. But this is the important part, and this is one of the biggest takeaways of this is as you're reaching this point, and once you recognize that you're going to get to this point, you have to push forward. You have to push through this. Because if you don't and you quit, that is the end of the journey, and what I always tell people is you can't fail if you don't give up, right? So you just know that you're going to get to this point. Everyone gets to this point. The people that get here are the people that push past this point. The people that never get any further are the people that quit. So you have to continue to push through this because you don't know the work that you've put in so far. It hasn't mounted to anything yet. It's delayed gratification. But what you must know is if you continue to put in work, this is only if you're consistent with putting in work. If you're not doing anything, nothing's going to happen. You're never going to get through this, regardless of anything that you do. But if you continue to put in work and continue to try and learn and move forward, then you're going to slowly get closer to the top of this mountain, right? This is the next step. This is informed optimism. So once you start to push forward and you get to the top of the mountain, what happens here? You're going to start to see some traction. You're going to start to see some sales probably. Things are going to get easier. You're going to get more efficient. You're going to get better at what you're doing. So by here, things are going to start to get easier, and you're going to have a renewed sense of hope. You're going to feel like you're more experienced. You're going to understand now the challenges that you're going to face with researching new products, releasing new products, making new products, marketing the products. You're going to understand what you didn't have any understanding of, down here. And it's going to make things a lot easier because now you can push forward. It's easier, you have better understanding, and you have motivation to keep pushing forward. And then once you do, that's where you're going to get, because you know what you're supposed to do. You know the things that you have to do. All the crap that you had to deal with here, it's going to start to get really easy as you push over this mountaintop. And then this is the success of fulfillment. I'm getting so excited I can't talk. This is the end goal, right? This is achieving milestones, seeing the tangible results of your efforts. And then once you get here, I mean, it's, the sky is the limit because you went through the hard stuff. You have a good understanding of your business, what to do, what not to do. But the problem with this is most people never get to this point, right? Most people never get past the valley of despair or the informed pessimism stages because it is too freaking hard. But going into this, so if you're a new seller, just know this is what's to come, right? You are going to hit these stages. And it can get easier. There's things that you can do. You can get a support system to help you through these stages. I have the Etsy Success roadmap to help you inside the Etsy Games VIP program. I do your SEO for you, so I can make it a lot easier. There's an SEO thread in here. You can just submit your listings, and I'll do your SEO for you. There's courses in here. There's a classroom, courses. Etsy Success Roadmap shows you everything that you should be doing. Each and every, they're broken out into weeks. But most importantly, we do live coaching calls, and you can ask any questions at any time inside here. It's a minimal investment right now. It's $10 a month. Similar programs are thousands. I think that's ridiculous. I want to make this easily achievable for you and just blow you away with value. You also get a one-on-one coaching call with me, initially an onboarding call. So if you need help getting through this stage and setting yourself up for success, because a lot of people that come to me are right here, they're in, one of these stages early on, and then they quickly can get to this stage. And if you're stuck right here, valley of despair, my goal is to help you get to the top of the mountain, so then you can start seeing the successes. You can start seeing the good that's coming from it, and a lot of people in here are seeing that. They are seeing the successes. So, I mean, it's just a support system. It's a positive place to go. It's not like a spammy Facebook group. So, if you want to take things to the next level, I'd love to see you in there, and I'd love to help you get to the next level. But that's it, guys. That's it for today. So hopefully that helps you as far as structuring what's to come, through your journey. At least it's something that you can expect so you can work towards it. Most people just don't know that this is to come, and then they quit before they ever get to the point of getting to the top of the mountain, which is a shame because you can get there, but you have to do what most people don't do. And that's really the fact of the matter. So hopefully that helps you out. If anything, it's a little bit of a pep talk for you. Stay positive, keep trucking, keep taking those baby steps forward, because I want you to get where you want to be. So that's it for today. Have an amazing rest of your day.